Alright guys, this is our first video of 2025, and let's start off by saying Happy New Year to everyone. Wuthering Waves just launched your new 2.0 update and Renacita, and they also launched on PS5 as well. So this video will be our first video in the series to help you guys, the new people coming in on both console and PC, to have a smooth transition into this game. It's a very amazing game, so we'll be going over everything that are system mechanics, and we'll also be going over your quick menu and the menu here, which is the basic stuff that you need to understand to feel at home on day one. All right, so with that, let's get started. All right guys, so the topics we'll be going over are story, which there won't be a lot to say about that simply because I won't be doing any spoilers, but let's just say the story is amazing. You guys should take your time and enjoy it and have a blast. All right, the next topic we'll be going over are the interface, which we'll be talking about the quick menu up here. We'll be talking about the gadgets, and we'll also be talking about the important parts in the menu that you need to focus on in the beginning, and then you can slowly understand the rest. All right, after that we'll be going over resonators, which we'll be talking about leveling up resonators, their weapons, their echoes, and their resonance chain. All right, and then finally we'll be talking about the end game, which we'll talk about what you need to expect, how to be prepared for it, and how amazing it is. All right guys, so with that, let's get started. All right guys, so the first thing we're going to talk about are the story quests. All right, you can go there if you play Genshin by just hitting J, or if you're not and you're on console, you can go to menu and you can just go down to quests. All right, now right at the top here it will have quests, which will show you everything, and there will be color codes. All right, however, if you click here, it will say main quests, which is your MSQs. These are the main stories will be here that will basically have you progress the game. All right, the regions in this game are actually quest locked, so you have to progress the MSQ to go to the different regions. Mount Firmament, Black Shores, and I do believe Renacita is like that as well. All right guys, after that you have companion stories. Companion stories will be under here, where it will be for the resonators, and usually they do companion stories when they launch new resonators. All right, so at the start of the game you will have a lot, probably Ling Yang, Yang Yang, Chiksha. I know there was Yinlin and a bunch of other characters. All right, Chang Li, Jinshi. No, Jinshi was actually a part of the MSQ, so I don't think she will have a companion story, but I know Chang Li had one. After that you'll have exploration quests. Exploration quests, you usually find them in the open world while they're doing exploration. And then we have the daily quests. Usually you get one every day. It gives you 40 points, which is almost half of your complete dailies. When you do all of your dailies, and you will get your XP and your astrite. All right, and then we have side quests. Side quests are usually in the city, or you can find them in the open world as well. All right, you literally just help people and they give you items. And sometimes side quests are also included with event quests as well, and they're pretty simple, and some of them actually lead to achievements. All right guys, so that is pretty much your MSQ or your story quest in a nutshell. Take your time, there will be a lot when you first start the game, but eventually it will look like mine. All right, all right guys, so now we're actually going to be talking about the interface. All right, first of all, if you hit M and you go to your map, or you can literally just go to your settings, click over here and you go to your map. All right, the first thing you guys need to understand are wave plates. All right, this is the equivalent of your resin in Genshin Impact, and I'm going to be using the Genshin as a reference simply because almost everyone plays that game. So this is literally your currency that goes up daily, and you have to use it every time you log into the game. All right, you use it to do pretty much everything, from going to domains to fighting weekly bosses, farming tacit fields, the good stuff. All right, you have a total of 240, and when it is maxed out, let's say you can't log in and it's maxed out, it converts to this one, which is wayplay crystals. All right, this will be your backup. All right, this one goes up faster. I do believe you get like one every 8 minutes, and then when it goes over to this one, it becomes one per 12 minutes. All right, it actually charges slower. So if you can't log in for a day, don't really worry about it. It will be going up over here, and then you'll be able to convert this one to your wave plates over here. All right, so this is literally what you will be using every time you log into the game. All right, guys, here, this is your astrite. This is pretty much a currency you get everywhere, doing everything in the game. It's the equivalent of primo gems in Genshin Impact. Never ever at any point use this to convert it to wave plates. All right, never ever do that. This is crystal solvent. These are packets of 60 wave plates that you pop. You have these stored in your bag. You can pop these to get extra wave plates to do domains or something. All right, you literally get these from events and your BP and so on. All right, you'll have these pretty much a lot of the time. Sometimes the devs just send them to you because they really take care of the player base. All right, guys, so that's the wave plates. That's pretty much all you need to understand. Now let's talk about your menu here. All right, so starting off with your menu, let's start off with your terminal. All right, your terminal is all of the information about you specifically and your character. All right, you have to put in a birthday for your character. This is your sultry phase, which is your world level. All right, and how difficult the enemies are. Your union level is your level overall. It's maxed out at level 80, and this is your union XP, which is your XP to get to the next level. All right, now you can change your name here. All right, after changing your name, you won't be able to change it within 72 hours. And this will be your user ID that you can copy and give to your friends. You can put in a brief description here about who you are or what you're doing. And then the most interesting part about this is when you click on this button here, you can actually change your avatar, which is your character here. You can switch your sigil, which is the background that your character is on. And you get these unlocked by doing events or just by purchasing the BP. All right, doing events, the BP, or clearing achievements. All right, that's how you collect these. And then you have edit name again, edit bio, which I showed you earlier, set the birthday, copy ID. Now the most interesting part about here is when you click on change avatar. I am wrong, it's not change avatar. When you click on your character portrait here, all right, it gives you this display where if you own certain characters or resonators, you can put them on display and they will show you the cinematic of the characters when you actually get them. All right, so when someone else is checking out your profile and they want to know like who you main or whatever, these cinematics will play in the background if you have them set here. All right, it's a pretty cool feature, and I'd recommend you guys come in here and set it up. All right, the next thing we need to talk about is your events tab. You can hit it here just by hitting your menu and click events and go there, or you can, if you're on PC, hold alt and click this button up here. All right, so we currently have tactical simulacra going on, which is literally just a combat event where you fight all of the bosses back to back with 1 or 3 characters, whichever you prefer. And then so this your events menu is literally all of the events that are currently going on in the game, and you need to come in here and clear them. Let's say, for example, if you just started playing, they'll show you that you have a banner where you can get a limited 5-star character for free, or you need to keep logging in to get wishes daily, gifts of fleeting dreams. This changes every patch, or they'll show you like resonators that are currently on the banners. You can come in and test them out to get some ads right, or just test them out in general to see if you like them and how they're played. They will always remind you about the Tower of Adversity when you have a reset. And then, just like I said, they'll show you like the events that are currently going on. All right. Somnium Labyrinth is currently going to be a permanent event, and Depths of Elusive Realm is going to be a permanent event. These are more like end game stuff. All right. And then we have pincer maneuvers. So this is your events menu. After that, we'll be talking about your guidebook, and your guidebook is very important. All right, this is literally going to be your guide at the start of the game. You can either hold Alt and click this right here, or you can just go into your menu and click guidebook right here. All right. However, the first thing you need to understand is that in your guidebook, at the top here is always going to be your daily activities. Every time you log into the game, you're supposed to do these. All right. Now, you don't have to do all of it. You only need 100 points to complete your dailies in general. All right. This is your daily activity. If you don't do anything else in the game, I recommend logging in for 10 minutes or 5 minutes. That's how quickly you have this done. All right. Just by using my wave plates daily, I usually have these done. Or if my wave plates isn't enough, I get it up to 60 at least. And then I'll probably just do one daily quest to get 40 points to finish it off. All right. You can literally just choose whichever event you want to do to contribute to your points. So let's say complete a challenge of any difficulty in Depths of Elusive Realm one time. You do the Elusive Realm one time and you literally have your dailies done. All right. Complete one daily quest gives you 40 points. And right here, spend 180 wave plates. This is what I was saying. If you spend a 180 wave plates, you have more than half of it done. All right. Tune 1 Echo is just 20. Collect 5 materials by running out in the world, or complete synthesis ones. These are very easy to do, boys. Very easy. All right. The next important thing that I should talk about is your milestones. And your milestones is going to be here when you just start playing the game. These are things that you need to complete, and they will give you things like wave bands for your rover. All right. And when you have your rover, you will 100% I recommend leveling up your rover, because she's an amazing character. That's your main, either him or her is the main character. And by doing your milestones, you will get wave bands. All right. And there are other ways that you can get it that I'll explain in the future. All right. But this is like a guide that takes you through the game level by level. There are 6 phases, and they give you 10 objectives per phase. All right. That you need to complete. And then when you have this done, you can consider yourself not being an initiate or a beginner in the game anymore. So you literally have to go through this. It's really good. They give you XP, they give you level up materials, they give you recipes, they give you wave bands, like I said, and they also give you data bank experience, which is very important when you just start playing the game. Leveling up your data bank on day one is very important, which I will be talking about in my tips video. All right. All right, the next thing we need to talk about is your recurring challenges. All right, now recurring challenges is pretty simple. These are the forge challenges. You need to complete these. These are domains in Genshin. You complete these to get materials to level up resonators. All right, you level up their weapons and you level them up specifically. Each character use a different material, so pay attention to the one you want. You can point them out on the map, or you can find them on the map, which I can show you here. Like there's one right here. There's another one down here. All right. But the thing is, if you don't know where they are immediately, this is why you would use your guidebook. All right, you'd use your guidebook, you'd come down to recurring challenges, and then you will be able to find a domain you want. Next are simulation challenge. All right, now these are very basic in the beginning. In the start, because of how much you have to do and how much events are going on at the time, you won't necessarily need to farm shell credits, which is your money in this game, or premium energy core, which is your weapon level up material, all right, or premium resonance potions. These are your character level up materials, all right, or resonator level up materials. You won't need to farm these immediately. However, if you want to farm them in the beginning with your wave plates, you have the option to do them by looking at simulation challenge, all right? And the simulation challenge will always be in Jinzhou. It's right here on your map, all right? Simulation training. You go there, you talk to the boss, and you use 40 wave plates per collect. However, in this game, they have implemented a thing where you use 2 wave plates. You have the option to collect double drops by using like 80 wave plates by doing it. All right. Now, after that, the next thing we should talk about is your boss challenges. Now, boss challenges also go to leveling up your resonators. When you get them to a certain level, I believe it's like 60 or 70, you need to farm one of these bosses, all right? For electro characters, you want to farm either the Tempest Memphis or the Thunder in Memphis. However, these bosses are similar, but they're different, all right? And you need to pay attention to what to the boss specifically that you want, because they are 2 different bosses in 2 different places, all right? And they drop 2 different things. So this one says Hidden Thunder Tacit Core, and this one says Thunder and Tacit Core. They're both different. Now be careful with that. All right. The Crownless is for characters who are Havoc. Inferno rather is for characters who are Fusion or Fire, and Berengal is for characters who are Aero. All right. Morning Aches, we have the Impermanence here, and these are the bosses in the open world. I can point them out on the map, but if you don't know where they are immediately, you can just come in here and use this menu to find where they are. All right, just click on it and it will show you exactly where the bosses are. All right, like the Fallacy of No Return will be in the Black Shores, and you won't have that unlocked at the start of the game. All right. Next, we'll be talking about Tacit Suppression. These are tacit fields that you farm for echoes. All right. Each tacit field has a mixture of different echoes, either cryo or electro, spectral, or attack. All right. The thing is, I wouldn't recommend farming these at all in the beginning or ever. All right. The only time you want to go here and do tacit suppression fields is when you have an event going on. There's usually an event going on that causes these to drop double the rewards. All right. However, apart from the weekly bosses, these are the only things in the game that require 60 wave plates. So never ever do these. Farm your echoes in the open world or in the elusive realm. All right, you get echoes pretty much for doing everything in this game. All right, the only thing people really do this for is to get premium seal tubes for leveling up their echoes. However, there are a lot of events in the game that give you this. All right, and you can also purchase them in the shop by using your currency that you got in the game. I'm not talking about Astride, I'm talking about by completing things like the TOA, the Tower of Adversity, or completing your hologram simulations. All right, you can use that currency to purchase those. However, like I said, remember what they look like. They have a face on them, which is this. Never use your wave plates to complete these. All right, not in the start or ever. Only do them in the events. All right, boys. The next thing we'll talk about are weekly challenges. These are weekly bosses. Now, when you're leveling up your characters, resonance skill tree, at like level 7 and up, you'll require one of these specific bosses. All right, you fight the boss 3 times per week, and if you fight one boss, they usually drop 3 of this item per fight. All right, or 4. I've never gotten 4, but I've gotten 3 most of the time. So your different resonators use different drops. All right, so look at what your resonator needs, and like I said, they are all on the map, but you can use right here the weekly challenge to find the specific boss you want. You have Scar, you have the Crownless, no, this is the Dreamless, and then we have Jue and the Bellborn. All right, then Tower of Adversity is also in here. This is an endgame content that I'll talk about at the end of the video. All right, next we have the Path of Growth, which is your tactical holograms. This is endgame content as well. You can try them out if you want to test out your skill in the beginning. However, these are like the hardest content outside of the Tower of Adversity. All right, so this menu here will show you exactly where they are. They, as you can see, they look like the same bosses that you farm for materials for your characters. However, they are completely different. They are harder to fight, they have different mechanics, and they are crazy. All right, in the beginning, I wouldn't recommend messing with them. You can probably like do level 1, 2, and 3. At level 4, their mechanics change. They have something else and they get harder. All right, but this is your end game content that you'll do when you're at the end of the game, when your characters are leveled up and stuff. All right, so you'll have the Tempest Memphis, the Heron, the Morning Aches, the Feeling Berengal, Crownless, and Inferno. I've done videos on all these boss fights, and you can check them out on my channel. All right, skill training will be for characters that you own. Once you own the character, you can come to skill training, and in the beginning they will ask you to do skill training as well to progress some objective or something. But you literally would come here, you'd go on the Path of Growth, go to skill training and click proceed. They will take you inside of a simulation, and they will explain how to use the character and how to use them fight. All right, and also explain what they're supposed to be doing. Next, you have basic training, which is literally like teaching you the fundamentals of the game. All right, you can come here and learn how to play the game fundamentally. And then we have the echo hunting. Now, echo hunting is when you want to farm a specific material. Like I said, Bellborn and so on, these are weekly bosses, so you wouldn't be looking for those. But let's say you want to farm these, which is FF Hollow Cores, or just hollow cores in general. All right, you can come here and look for the enemies in the open world that drop these materials. All right, these guys drop Whispering Core, and these guys drop tailored rings. These are very important because your characters need these to level up. All right, so I'd recommend while you're doing your exploration, always fight as many of these enemies when you see them and collect these. All right, and then if you need to farm them, you can always come back here, look for the specific enemies that you want. If you click detect, it will show you exactly where they are in the world. When you beat one, it will show you where the next enemy is. All right, so this was your guidebook, guys. I know it was a lot to take in. However, you master your guidebook and you'll have a smooth transition into this game. You'll have a smooth time, smooth playthrough, and just an overall better experience. All right. Okay, guys, now that we're done with your guidebook, let's talk about your convene. All right, so you can click on convene, or you can go here in your menu and click convene. All right, now this is the thing that every gacha game has. All right, this is your limited banners. All right, or your standard banners. So in the beginning, when you first start playing the game, you will get 2, I believe, because I think you're guaranteed 2 free 5 stars at the start of the game, if I'm not mistaken. I did that a long time ago, so I don't remember the specifics. But I know that when you first start, you get a limited 5-star from. They will show you a different banner. You get one from the title cores, I believe, and you get one banner before this. I think you spend like 50 wishes on the start, and then you get one from this one. All right. However, there is also a weapon banner, standard weapon banner, and these use the same lustrous tides. All right, they use the same wishing currency to get them. All right. Now, never ever at any circumstances use your astrite on your standard banners. All right, take my word for it. Never ever. Now, you need to understand that at least for the weapon banners, they're 100% guaranteed. All right. What you see on the banner, when you wish, whenever you get them, whether you get them before soft pity or hard pity, you will get the weapon that you see. All right. It's also the same with your standard banner, standard weapon banner. All right. On this banner, I'm not so sure. Oh yeah. This one is no. It's a no. This one is random. Because on this one, you can choose a specific weapon that you want. All right. At any point in time while you're wishing, you can change to the weapon that you want. All right. Granted, you also get one of these weapons for free when you hit level 45. All right. You'll get a box and you open it and you choose a specific weapon you want. All right. Weapon banners are guaranteed. Character banners have the standard 50-50 rule. All right. You wish to pity, or whether you get a character or not, it resets, and then the second time they're guaranteed. All right. Now, what you need to pay attention to is that these use radiant tides, your limited character banners, and the limited weapon banners use forging tides. All right. Now, since they use two different currencies, what you need to know here is that your astrite, never ever convert it to, let's say, radiant tides or forging tides, because you'd never know how you'll feel. Once you convert them, they can't go back. So just keep it as astrite for the specific banner you want. All right. And then when you're doing your pulls, you just hit your 10 pulls, and they'll ask you if you want to use 1600 astrite. And then you can confirm and say yes or no. All right. So that was pretty much your convene, guys. It's not complicated. It's very simple. When you just start, you will have more, because you'll get free guaranteed banners at the beginning when you first start playing the game. I think you get 2 characters, 2 resonators for free, guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken. I do remember getting that. All right. But the next thing we're going to talk about is your Pioneer podcast. You can hit it here, or you can go back to the menu right next to convene here. You can get it right here. All right. Now, the Pioneer podcast is your battle pass. All right, guys. And the simple, just like every other game, you can do your morning broadcasts. The morning broadcasts are pretty much like the dailies. We got the weeklies, and we got the season specials. All right. Do these, and it goes up. I think it maxes at level 70. Yes, it maxes at level 70. And just like every other battle pass in other video games, you have a free pass, which is a public channel, and you have an insider channel, which is the paid version. All right. You do get value for your money here, and also the weapons in here are actually pretty good. Like, if you don't have the 5-star weapon for certain characters, these weapons are a good alternatives. All right. Just as a beginner, please pay attention that broadswords are different from normal swords. All right. Normal swords are small ones, and broadswords are the larger ones. All right. You can make that mistake, so I was just pointing that out. All right, guys. All right, so after that is your battle pass. Very straightforward. Let's talk about your data bank. All right, the data bank, the quickest way to access this, it doesn't have a part out here, so you'd have to go to your menu, click over here, and you would click no, it's actually on this side. It's data bank right here. All right, so data bank is also straightforward. Now, what you need to understand about this is that you get levels by doing your milestones that I showed you earlier, or by farming enemies, or they call them tacit discords in the open world. All right, you would farm tacit discords. They have level 1 to level 3. No, I'm wrong. It's level 1 to level 4. All right, but they show them over here as level 2 to level 5. All right, so let's say when you first start, you are killing them and you're getting like level 1s. The thing is, you'd have to keep killing the same ones going through the game, and they'll slowly progress to level 2, level 3. So it'll start out like green, then blue, then purples, then golds. All right, golds will be the level 4s that are our level 5s that are here. And it really comes down to just keep farming them as much as possible. All right, there are some red versions in the world that you can farm, but they're extremely hard to kill. You would require help from one of your friends or something that has a higher level than you. You kill them and you'll get a higher level echo, I do believe. All right, but every time you get a new version that they add to your data bank in here, that they have data on it, the level would go up. All right, you have to get higher level of the same echoes for it to go up. But once you hit level 4, you won't get any more XP from it, so you'll have to farm the different ones. And when you come in here, I do believe before, they will show you the ones that are missing at certain levels. All right, so tacit discords, when you're getting echoes, I do believe at level 10, let me check. Yeah, at level 8, you start getting a 40% chance to get level 4s, which are the purple ones. And then I do believe it's at level, was it 15? At level 15, you have a 60% chance to get level 5s, which are the gold ones. All right, so people would tell you that a general tip or a general rule of thumb is to start farming tacit discords or echoes at level 15 of your data bank, because you'll start being able to get the gold ones, which makes your characters very powerful. All right, you farm them up to level 20. I do believe you will have like a soft lock somewhere around 19 and 20 because of your world level. But once you get to 20, every tacit discord or every echo that drops will be level 5. All right, level 20, yeah, it's level 20 and level 21. Every tacit discord will be level 5. You will never get anything below level 5. All right, so that is pretty much how the data bank works. All right, this is also the menu that explains all of the different elements in the game, or the Sonata effects and how they work. All right, so they'll say freeze and frost. It gives you, if you have 2 of them, it gives you 10% glacial damage bonus. And then if you have a 5-piece set, it gives you 10% after releasing basic attack or heavy attacks, right? And it can stack up to 3 times. Each stack lasts for 15 seconds. So this is how you understand how your Sonata effects work to build your characters to work together. All right, moonlit clouds are good for supports. Rejuvenating glow is good for healers. All right, havoc sets are good for havoc characters. And then you also have the lingering tunes. Don't try and write this one off because you're saying, oh, aero characters just get aero and spectral characters get spectral. Nah, if you play characters solo like I do, you will learn that you need to have hybrid builds. Sometimes you use 2% 2-piece celestial light, 2-piece lingering tunes. All right, and that's pretty much how it works. And then down here you have the data merge. This is where you can come in and you can merge your echoes together, and then when you merge them you get new echoes. All right, you also have a batch version where you can batch merge, and you can grab them up to 100. All right, so if I should do a quick right here, I already got these and I marked them because these are not good echoes, so I marked them as discarded. So the game immediately shows me that, oh, you have these as discarded that you plan to throw away, so I can just merge them and get new echoes. All right, see, we got 5, not bad. Spectral damage, and this is moonlit clouds, not bad. Moonlit clouds arrow damage bonus, and defense on arrow. All right, so that's pretty much how the data bank works, boys. So the only thing we have left to talk about here are your utilities. Now your utilities is very helpful. These are your gadgets. And in the start, you will have grapple. The grapple is pretty fun. Just by running around in the open world, it's fun to use your grapple. You have your sensor, which is good at detecting enemies or vegetation in the open world. You have the levitator, which you use to do certain objectives. You have your projector, which would literally show you an echo that you have. If you want to see how it looks, you can just throw it out. You have your camera to do your camera stuff. Waypoints are, you literally set these in the world. Let's say that you're in a area that is really far away and it doesn't have like a waypoint there, you can put a portable waypoint there. All right, classic Sonata, and all of these you unlock these through the Pioneer Association, which we'll be talking about in our tips guide. All right, loot mapper is good for finding loot in the open world, and then we have the hover droid. So this is how you would come here and you would choose a specific utility that you want. All right, this one is literally for quest related, and they have some really cool ones in the quest. Let's say, for example, the Chronos sign. This one is a really interesting quest where you slow down time to fight certain enemies. It's sick, bro. You need to see it. And then we have the trace scale. So this is your utilities, and this was actually the end of the interface. So next we'll be talking about resonators, and then we'll talk about the end game. All right, guys, I hope this one was very informative. We'll actually be doing the resonators and the end game in a separate video. If you enjoyed this video, thank you for stopping by. Give it a like if it was helpful. Subscribe for more, and watch out for part 2. All right, guys, until then, take care.